Hello, I'm Luke from Echidna Sewing. Today I'll be showing you how to make a denim skirt out of a pair of old jeans. It's important to recycle your old clothing, which can be a fun project for yourself and it's more sustainable for the environment. For this project you will need a pair of scissors, a tape measure, some pins, a pair of old jeans, and a sewing machine. Now I'm going to measure the length of what I'd like my skirt to be. From the top of the waistband down, when I've found the spot I'd like it to be at, I'm going to mark it or put a pin in it. After marking where I'd like the length of my skirt to be, I'm going to pin along this line to get ready to cut. Now that I've pinned up my jeans, I'm going to grab my scissors and get ready to cut. Now I'm going to take all the pins out. Now I'm going to go to my center crotch seam. And I'm going to cut along this line here. Now the crotch seam is open. We'll be cutting from this line to here. Now that this has been trimmed back, I'm going to take this piece of fabric and tuck it underneath and pull this one upwards until it sits flat. Then pin. Do the same on the back. Now that it's been pinned, it's time to put this aside. Now we're going to use our leg to patch up this gap here. To make our seams wider, we'll be cutting along the leg line. We're going to use this material and pin it behind this little gap here. After this is pinned up, turn inside out and trim roughly around the needles. Using the offcut scraps, do the same to the back. After this is pinned, again turn inside out and cut around pins. Now it's time to sew your skirt together. Here I am at my machine, a Brother NV180. This machine is perfect for what we're about to sew today as it easily handles the thickness of the denim. It's also an affordable and reliable combination machine, which also embroiders as well. I have a J-foot attached, which is the standard sewing foot for all Brother machines. I've also color coordinated my thread to my jeans using Resant thread. Don't forget to use your denim needles. I'm using TNC 90/40s as I find they work very well with the thickness of denim. So now we're ready to sew. I've got my jeans / skirt here now and I'm going to start by sewing on the back. Sewing along this line here. After top stitching the first part of the back seam, we're going to top stitch the shorter side. We have now finished the back and it's time to sew the front pieces together. Starting with the longer side, Now it's time to top stitch the smaller seam. Now the front and back seams have been sewn together. I've decided to do an extra top stitch to match the front of the jeans on both the front and back. Now that we've sewn the front and back seams of the skirt, all we have to do is hem. I've decided to do a raw edge on my skirt. As you can see, the fraying process has already started to happen and I want to continue that. So I'll be sewing 2 inches from the edge around the entirety of my skirt so it will fray to that line. Now don't forget to back tack. So now that we've finished sewing around the entirety of the skirt, I'll be further distressing the edges by putting it through a cold wash and then using a nail file on the edges to get all the frayed parts of thread out. Now that the skirt has been through a cold wash, you can see that the edges have frayed out quite nicely. You can also further personalize your skirt by bedazzling it with some rhinestones or embellishing it with some custom embroidery. Once you've completed your skirt, we would love to see what you have created. Please post photos of your creations in our Facebook group, Echidna Sewing and Embroidery Community. The link will be in the description below. See you next time.